Hey, welcome to the Northwest Georgia Football 7AA preview show. I mean, when you hear that jam, man, you know it's time to start talking some football.
You know it's time. We're back
Yeah.
again.
If you aren't awake, man, you're awake now. You're ready to go. Like I said, highly anticipated 7AA show, man. I know everybody seems to be a lot of 7AA fans around.
Yeah, we appreciate all of the fans from 7A to all the way down to 1A. And, we appreciate, if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be breaking all these records we're breaking. Lawrence and his hard work, the AAA show, thanks to y'all, hit almost 16,000 views so far. We never thought that would be happening, but like he said before in the past, even if we had 3 people watching, we'd still be doing it. So
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like I said, I don't know what we do, man, if we couldn't get on here and talk high school football. Walking around in circles somewhere.
yeah.
But yeah, man. Let's just jump right to it. Rockmart Yellow Jackets, 10-3 last year. Lost 21-14 to Fitzgerald in the quarterfinals. Losing 9 first-team All-Region guys, including Athlete of the Year Dennis Sims. 3 guys returning, 3 first-teamers, 5 second-teamers.
Yeah, when you see losing 9 first-team All-Region guys, I would say on a normal team, you would think, hey, you're set up for a rebuilding year, or at least trying to reload. And I think reload is what we're going to look for here at Rockmart, because you know how they always have the young guys that you've never heard of that are going to pop up and either be speedsters or big guys. And you got one of the best players in the area, probably up for Player of the Year, at Brent Washington, coming back for Rockmart. And then quarterback J.D. Davis, he'll be back. And, he's got plenty of talent to go along with the others that they have there, trying to make it 7 straight region titles.
7 straight, man. 52-12 over the last 4 years. Over the last 6 years, probably. That's got to be a misprint, but still, 52-12. Great record. Been to state championship in those years. Like I said, this is not a prediction show. This is just an informational show, but it's hard not to predict the Jackets to win their 7th in a row. Your number 2 team last year in 7AA, the surprising Model Blue Devils, 6-5. They did lose in the first round last year to Union County, losing 2 first-team All-Region guys, returned 0 first-teamers and 4 second-teamers.
Yeah, I think once the year is over, the 0 first-teamers is going to change. I think they're going to have some first-teamers after the end of this year. I hear that Mr. Hurd is drawing some major interest as well. I don't know if he played football before last year ever, but colleges like the raw talent that's huge, and that's him. He's huge. So I look for a big year out of him, probably on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think one of the advantages they have over maybe some of the other teams in the region is they have their quarterback coming back next year, which always helps. Like I said, I think Model Blue Devils, they surprised a lot of people last year. They beat Trine at Trine. I don't think anybody predicted them to go to the playoffs before last season.
No, they were a surprise team. I was very impressed with how Model, made it through the season last year.
I know they lose a couple of skill guys. I know Jolly is one of the guys they lose off defensive line. I think he played a little wide receiver. I know they got some young guys out there. Joey Samples is another guy at linebacker they're having to replace.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Model will be right back in there in the hunt. I think last year was the first year they've hosted a playoff game in quite some time. I wouldn't be surprised if they were still right in there at the end this year, battling to host again.
Yeah, we've talked about how this region, maybe past number 1 spot is going to be kind of up for grabs. So you step up, you might get you a home playoff game again.
Yeah, I got to looking at the schedule last year. I think the whole thing from 1 to 7 was decided week 10 last year. Because you
Wow.
had Gordon Central and Murray County playing for the 6 and 7 spot last year, and Harrelson and Fannin were playing Model Rockmart. It was just wide open all season.
Yep.
This is the one stat I thought was neat, though, man. Only 2 playoff wins for the Devils since 1979 state championship team,
Hmm.
which is hard to believe, man, because I always think of Model as a playoff team.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they get there, but they never win. So maybe they can turn that around in 2023. Speaking of the Fannin County Rebels, man, your third place team last year, 7-5, lost in a close game to Callaway, 20-13 on the road, losing 6 first team guys, including Athlete of the Year Corbin Davenport. They have 0 first or second teamers coming back.
0 first or second teamers, but they still have some talent. And I don't know if you can see this picture or not that he's got posted, but that guy leading them out, he means a lot for that program. And he's going to get those guys ready. I promise you. Cheatham will have those guys ready. And, he's one of our favorite, he's one of our favorite guys, as far as coaches around here. And, he demands a lot of respect. And I think his kids play with the same kind of demeanor that he has. So I think they'll be physical, they'll be tough, and they'll come up with something. They'll be in that playoff hunt.
Yeah, I've actually enjoyed having Fannin County in this area. I didn't really know that much about them until they, came over to 7 AA a couple of years back, man. But really enjoyed watching them play. Like I said, tough, hard nosed, great fan base. Probably the most underrated team we have around here, man. They always get looked over by us, by the AJC, by Cal Preps, and you see right there, man, 5 straight playoff appearances, and have advanced to past the first round 3 consecutive years.
Yeah, if you're going to go to Fannin and win, you better pack a lunch. You better be ready.
Yeah, like I said, they have 0 guys returning this year, 0 first or second teamers, but they have a lot of young kids, man. A huge 2025 class that I know they're expecting big things out of up there. Got some names here for you: Case Holloway, Cooper Bourne, Carson Callahan, Elijah Weaver, Lawson Sullivan, Braden Taylor. Coach Cheatham's son is going to be a big part of the team. Like you said, man, these guys will play hard, play tough. I think they'll be right there in the hunt.
Yes, sir.
4th place team last year, man, North Murray Mountaineers, 6-5, lost in the first round to a tough fellowship Christian team. Lose 5 first team guys, including your player of the year, overall player of the year, Seth Griffin. Return 1 first teamer and wide receiver Judson Petty, and 2 second teamers.
Yeah, Seth, a big loss, heck of a quarterback. But the Petty returning, Judson Petty returning, and Skylar Williams returning, that's huge, I think, for North Murray. That gives them a couple skill guys they can lean on, veteran guys, and they got some young guys hanging around too. I like where North Murray is going to be coming into this year. I think they're another one of those teams be battling for those playoff spots.
Yeah, you see from the slide there, man, Coach Pogue, I think he has them believing they can win. I mean, 7 straight playoff appearances. They expect to win. They expect to go to the playoffs. I think they'll be good. I think they'll be right there in the hunt. I mean, I think it's going to be a battle for 2nd through 4th this year in 7-2A. Your number 6 team, number 5 team last year, Harrelson County Rebels, 3-7, losing 2 first team all region guys, Hyatt off the offensive line, Rodriguez big tight end, returning 2 first teamers and 1 second teamer.
This team is coached by one of our favorite guys too, Coach Peavy. Man, he's just a heck of a coach, a heck of a guy. He'll have his team. They'll be physically ready. They're going to come and they're going to try to pound you. You got a senior quarterback coming back in Halden Williams. You got Holden Davis, DB, and then Jacob Starling, another big player for them. I'm sure there's others waiting in the wings, but those three are the ones that stand out to me as returning players that's, made an impact.
Yeah, the name slips me right now, but I know they have a big rising sophomore offensive line they're real high on. Like I said, 3-7 last year, kind of misleading. They were in a playoff hunt up until the final game of the season. I think going to Fannin week 10 last year, they still had a chance to make the playoffs if they pulled the upset. Like you said, Coach Peavy will have these guys playing. Missed playoffs last year, ended a 4-year consecutive playoff streak. I think they'll be right there in the battle. Murray County Indians, man, your sixth place team last year in 7AA. 1-9. They lose one first teamer in linebacker Aaron Flood. They have 0 first or second teamers coming back.
Yeah, Aaron Flood will be a big loss for them. He played a little quarterback, running back on the defense. He was all over the field. He was a heck of a player for this Murray County Indian team.
Yeah, I know they lose Eli Hope off the offensive line, Chase Jarvis, defensive back. I think both those guys are at shorter now. You don't want to say rebuilding, man, because it's hard to say rebuilding when you're 1-9. But I do think Murray County this year is in a rebuilding year. Like I said, if you're a football player at Murray County and you want to play, take care of the business this summer, there's a spot for you out there. Like I said, they snapped an 18-game streak last year, 32-27 win, week 10. Kind of a neat note on that is they have the longest winning streak besides Bowden. Bowden and Murray County had the 2 longest winning streaks heading into 2023.
I hear you.
So we'll see if they can keep it going. I know you'll see them early this year, right?
They will come to Somerville this year. It's within the first 4 games. I think it may be maybe the 4th game of the year. I can't remember, but it's early in the season.
And your 7th place team from 7AA last year in 22, Gordon Central Warriors, 0-10. They lose Skylar Hill, a hard-hitting defensive back. Returned 1 first teamer and 2 second teamers.
I see here on your notes that there'll be a new guy at the helm this year.
Lenny Gregory. You guys familiar with high school football know he was at Norcross a couple of years ago, won state championship. Heading up to Gordon Central, taking over a team with a 21-game winless streak. You talk about challenges, man, right from the get-go.
Yeah, looking back, you got Braxton Carnes, first team punter, returning. I'm looking at kind of a all-around player, Matt Hammock, and then Jaden Sibley, defensive back. 3 of the returning players for the Gordon Central Warriors.
Yeah, Hammock and Sibley, I think, are 2025 kids, man. I think both of those guys are 2 kids that can play probably any program. Hammock's a big kid.
Yep.
I saw him play a couple of times last year. I saw him at Armurchie. I saw him play Coosa. I think they're right there on the edge, man. I would be surprised if they do not end that 21-game winless streak this year.
I agree with you. I totally agree.
All right, man. That concludes our 7AA show. We have a big one coming up on Thursday, man. Class A. We'll cover Division I and Division II. I think we've got about 13 Class A schools around here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be rolling it from top to bottom. Like I said, man, we're only a week and a half away from some real football.
Yeah, most of the schools are either already started or be starting spring within the next couple of weeks. And, we've kind of got our spring schedules laid out where we're going to be. I know you're headed to the first game. You're headed to Dade and Southeast Whitfield?
Yeah, Dade and Southeast Whitfield next Friday night. Still up for grabs for the following Friday, but I know everybody's off for the 20th. Trying at Cahulla Creek.
Yeah, I've got my barbecue plate booked. Got my ticket, my barbecue plate. What a heck of a deal! And I'll be over there for the Trine Cahulla Creek, and then this next week, I'll be at North Murray for the Lafette North Murray scrimmage.
Yeah, and we all know where you'll be on the 19th.
Yeah, I'll be at Gordon Lee. I'm pretty sure Big Matt's coming up to watch a little football too from down there in Northeast Alabama. They Big Matt and Diamond Dean show down there.
Diamond Dean. That sounds like some WWE kind of stuff.
Yeah, the Matt and Todd show. Yeah, they're a great group of guys, and Big Matt says that they don't play a lot of spring games in Alabama anymore. So it's kind of a thing of the past. So he's going to come check some football out.
It's kind of new for us, right? I mean, the spring games.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Within the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, I know. Back in the old days, man, you just kind of played against each other. You really never really had a spring game, which I mean, I like it from a fan standpoint, but I mean, I'd almost rather see two preseason games in the fall than I would a spring in a fall game.
Yeah, because you're trying to cram everything in the spring. But I mean, it could be a good barometer to see where you are.
Yep. Well, all right, man. Like Benton said, we appreciate all the views, tweets, and the retweets. If you like it, man, hit the retweet like button. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're all over the place, man. And if you see us out on a Friday night, just say hey. And that's it, man. We'll be back on Thursday for the Class A show.
All righty.
All right, man.
See you Thursday.